Mobile games scam you. Let me explain what I mean. They don't do this by lying to you in the traditional way. They do it by putting to use a long list of carefully constructed psychological tactics in the hope you will eventually fold and spend large amounts of money in their game. Let's look at a couple of the main ones. Since these tactics are everywhere now, it'll help you spot them, even in games where they might not be as immediately apparent. The first thing these games do, before anything else, is to do nothing at all. They just let you play the game, for free. It can take a good while until you're first asked to buy anything. They do this to make you feel invested. They know that because of the sunk cost fallacy, you're a lot less likely to stop playing after you've invested your time. You don't want to lose out on the progress you've made so far, even if the game becomes almost unplayable without paying. So the opening part often becomes this weird exercise in how many things of perceived value a game can throw your way, just so that you might feel obligated to stick around. The second thing they do is to make it as uncomfortable as possible to not pay. There are many ways to go about this, but one common one is through excessive waiting. Performing a task will start out as a short break of maybe a minute or two, but might soon be excessive waits of hours if not days. And while there's nothing stopping you from just, waiting, I guess, it's all about slowly wearing you down. This is especially funny when we look at games that started life on a different platform and then later came to mobile. It becomes so blatant how much these games are designed to mess with their players. The next thing they do is to hide how much you pay. They do this by introducing more than one in-game currency for you to spend money on, often having large networks of 5+ currencies you have to track and convert between. This is to make it almost impossible for you to know how much you're actually spending, without having to bring out your calculator and spreadsheets. I've played a good amount of Pokemon Unite, and still, whenever I come back after some time off, there's no chance I can remember what all this stuff actually does. And when they finally do sell you something, they make sure the first sell is always a great value. The first item the game recommends to you will often be as much as 90% or more of its original price, making it as difficult to pass up as possible. Even if the normal prices are too steep for you, this purchase will be almost free, and it feels silly not to buy it. The goal is to normalize the idea of making purchases at all, and then turn the prices back up on you. As soon as the game knows it has you, the discounts are gone. I mean, how can anyone pass up this 10,000% value? That seems like a pretty good deal to me. And when the prices eventually go up again, they can be in another world, where single non-lasting purchases can be in the hundreds of dollars, easily allowing the amounts to stack up. They rarely compare with prices you would spend on games for any other platform. Then finally, they will do their best to never sell you anything directly. Instead, they prefer to sell you a mystery box with a small chance to obtain what you want. The box itself might cost less than your item, so it looks like a good deal, but after accounting for how many boxes it would take to actually find what you want, the cost will be many times higher. So either you get very lucky, or you're paying a lot for your items. The uncomfortable truth is that these games are not merely selling you your product for a price. They are trying to create spending addicts. People who keep spending money not because they're enjoying the game, but rather because they feel obligated to, they feel like they're too deep in already, or simply because they struggle to keep track of how much they're spending. This is perhaps their greatest scam. As you might have guessed, there are many mobile games out there that uses none of these tactics. My channel has covered many of them. Chances are, if you're following me, this is something you're already pretty aware of. They have been released in the past, and they are still coming out today. So if you need a palate cleanser, I recommend trying some of them out. There are many more tricks that are frequently used, but they will have to wait for a later video.